Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji, and today I'm going to show a Mekk-Knight Orcust deck list and a few combos that it can do. I haven't played this live yet, but theoretically it should work out pretty well. I actually am playing a Mekk-Knight Orcust Infernoid deck that just goes hard second. I wanted to put together something I can actually do something going first. This is the deck list, and then I'll get into some combos. I will discuss what the cards actually do during the combo. I'm not going to discuss what they do prior to the combo. That way, those of you who are fully aware of them can just get a deck list if that's all you're looking for. Got 3 Girsu the Orcust Mekk-Knight, 1 copy of Orcust Nightmare, 1 copy of Brass Bombard, 1 copy of Symbol Skeleton, 1 World Legacy World Wand, 1 Gizmek Orochi the Serpentron Sky Slasher, 3 copies of Purple Nightfall, who are really here to get Girsu, a Blue Sky, who can do the same, 1 copy of Red Moon, and 1 copy of Yellow Star for utility, popping spells and popping monsters. Also being level 7 means they give you occasional access to Borreload Savage Dragon, 1 copy of Indigo Eclipse, Phantom Knight Engine. I'm playing 2 copies of Silent Boots and 1 copy of Ancient Cloak. I'm playing the Sacred Beast engine, which is 1 Chaos Summoning Beast and 1 Dark Beckoning Beast, which searches for either the spell card, Opening of the Spirit Gates, or Opening of the Spirit Gates searches for Dark Beckoning Beast. For hand traps, I have 1 Effect Veiler, 2 Nibiru's. There are some impermanences in here as well. For Orcust spells, I have Orcust Babble, Orcust Returned. Additional cards and extenders, we got Foolish Burial, and 2 copies of Opening of the Spirit Gate. 1 copy of Phantom Knight's Rank Up Magic Launch. 1 copy of World Legacy Succession, probably the most important card in my list. 1 copy of Galaxy Cyclone. 2 copies of Dark Ruler No More, sort of pseudo hand traps. 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. 2 copies of Phantom Knight's Fogblade. 1 copy of World Legacy Secrets, 1 copy of Orcish Crescendo, and that is the main deck. I'll show you the extra deck, and then I'll get into some combos. We have Link Karibo. Now, currently I've lent my friend my Relinquished Anima, but I did have a proxy laying around, so Relinquished Anima. 1 copy of Link Cross. The Relinquished Anima is for the Curious combo. 1 copy of Barricade Borg Blocker. Just to be a Dark Link 2, it also has some utility for getting some cards into the graveyard. 1 Crystron Halki Fibrax, 1 copy of Galatea the Orcust Automaton, 1 Mekk-Knight of the Morning Star, very important for my combo. 1 copy of Lib the World Key Blade Master. This is the most cuttable card in this extra deck because it's not part of the combo, although it gives you additional ways to out Dragoon. 1 copy of the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche, 1 copy of Curious the Lightstorm Dominion, 1 copy of Access Code Talker, 1 Topologic Zero Boros, 1 Girsu the Orcust of the Evening Star, 1 True King of All Calamities, and 1 Borreload Savage Dragon. That is the extra deck. No side deck yet, because again I haven't played it yet live. I have been testing it online on Yugioh Pro, and doing some combos and some test hands. So I'm just going to shuffle up and do some combos. Alright, so we're going to do a combo that involves just having Girsu. So we're just going to find Girsu and then just do the combo and then see what happens. It gets you a Calamities and a Fogblade. So we start with Girsu and activate Girsu's effect to send a Orcust or World Legacy card from deck to grave when it is normal or special summoned. I'm going to send a Orcust Nightmare because we need it to do Orcust plays. So that is now in our graveyard. We're going to use his second effect to give both ourselves and our opponent a token. Level 1, 0/0 Machine Dark. And actually, let me move this back a little bit so you can see their token. We're going to turn our token into a Link Karibo. And then we're going to link these into a copy of Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. Then we're going to turn Galatea into a Link Cross, which will summon 2 tokens to our field. It doesn't really matter where they go. I will then activate Link Karibo, attributing one of the tokens. to summon it back, and then activate Orcust Nightmare, targeting any monster on the field. So Link Karibo, you tribute a level 1 to special summon it. Nightmare, target a face-up card, increases send a dark monster from a dark machine from your deck to the grave to increase its attack by 100 times the level of the monster. We're going to be sending Orcust Symbol Skeleton, so we'll give 300 attack to Link Cross in this case, I guess. Next, we're going to use Symbol Skeleton, banishing itself from grave to summon Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. Doesn't exactly matter where it goes. I'm going to activate Galatea's effect to shuffle a banished Orcust monster or banished machine into the deck to set a Orcust spell or trap. The setting is optional, so if you don't play one, you can still activate it. I'm going to set Orcust Babble, which we need for the combo. This token's not in play. Alright, so we have a token, we have Galatea, we have Link Cross, and Link Karibo. We're going to try and get into Rusty Bardiche now, which requires 3 dark monsters. Or 2+ dark monsters, Link 3. So now we're going to go into Girsu and use Girsu to attach the Symbol Skeleton. When he's Link summoned, you can either send a card on the field of the graveyard or attach a banished machine to him as Xyz material. And should one of your cards be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach one from him instead. Next, we need 3 dark monsters, so we're going to link the Link Cross and the Girsu into either Barricade Board Blocker, or if your build is going to play a second Galatea, that would work as well. If you had any cards you wanted to get out of your hand, you could activate Barricade Board Blocker at this point. His effect is to, when he's Link summoned, you can discard a card, and then during the end phase, you can add a continuous spell or field spell from your graveyard to your hand. And you can only use this effect once per turn. And currently, face-up spells we control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which would be more relevant if, one, I picked up the rest of my hand and had something I needed to discard, which would be helpful, like an extra Orcust card or an Orcust card I needed. Also, if we can end our board with Barricade Board Blocker on the field, we prevent our opponent from destroying our Babble, which is required for the play. Next, we're going to use our Dark Link 2 and our Link 1, Dark, to make a Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche. And then we're going to activate Rusty Bardiche to set from our deck a Fog Blade. So his effect is to set one spell, Phantom Knight spell trap card, while sending a Phantom Knights monster from deck to graveyard. We can send either Silent Boots or we can send Ancient Cloak. Depending on what the rest of our hand is how we determine what we want. If you want to search a monster, you send Ancient Cloak, who can search either the rank up spell or he can search Silent Boots, which you would only do if you had a monster to link the Silent Boots into the graveyard with. And since in this case, playing with just Girsu and nothing else, we can't do that. We're going to leave this in the deck, and we're going to send Silent Boots to the graveyard, who has an effect in the grave to be banished to search for a Phantom Knights spell or trap card. So we're going to search the rank up spell. The Silent Boots can be special summoned from the hand if we control a Phantom Knights card, which Rusty Bardiche is. But in this case, we don't have another monster to link it off with to get into the graveyard, so we're just going to search the card here. Now, the reason I set the Fog Blade with the Rusty and I search the rank up spell separately is it's in our best interest to be able to set the rank up spell and hide it amongst other cards we might set. So if we open the second Fog Blade or Impermanence or Dark Ruler No More or anything we could set, it's in our best interest to set this hidden amongst other cards, because if this card is destroyed before the main phase, we won't have an opportunity to activate it. Whereas we might not want our opponent to know where Fog Blade is, so we have to make that a call at the time. Either way, we'll be setting this rank up spell. It can only be activated in the main phase. We'll wait for our opponent to go. During their draw phase, or whenever you really want to, you can activate Symbol Skeleton to bring back your Girsu. Now, we could wait for them to go into the main phase and play a card to the board to avoid getting damage, should they have top decked one. That might be a good idea. But we're going to do that eventually, and we're going... Actually, we can't get Gamma, they have a token. So they have the token on the field. So we're going to activate Symbol Skeleton to allow us to revive a Orcust card. We're going to summon it to a zone that Rusty points to. And if a dark monster is summoned to a zone that Rusty points to, he can destroy a card on the field. We're going to activate Rusty as Chainlink 1, targeting to destroy our token. Then we're going to activate Girsu as Chainlink 2 to attach a banished machine. We will attach Symbol Skeleton, and then we will protect our targeted card by using the effect of Girsu. So if one of our cards will be destroyed, we can detach instead. Probably make more sense to do Babel since we don't have any other activatable Orcust cards in the graveyard. The token can still be used to summon a Linkuriboh. Next, we're going to activate it. When their opponent starts their main phase, they have priority to make the first play, and after they do make their first play, whether it be normal summon, special summon, set, activate a card, we're going to activate Phantom Knight's Rakon Magic Launch and target a dark monster that has no Xyz material. Attach it to that card and summon a dark monster with a rank of 1 rank higher than that. So we're going to summon True King of All Calamities, who is a rank 9, and we're going to detach Girsu the Orcust Mekk-Knight. Girsu the Orcust of the Evening Star to use Calamities, and we declare an attribute that we think our opponent is playing. So we'll declare, I don't know, Fire, because they're playing Dinosaur, and Miscellaneousaurus has a graveyard effect that is Fire. And now they cannot... All monsters that are on the field are changed to that attribute, so all monsters on the field are now Fire. Monsters anywhere that our opponent possesses, that means owns in their deck, or in their extra deck, or in their hand, cannot activate their effects or declare an attack. So if he summons a monster, it becomes Fire, he can't attack or activate its effect. If they have a card in their hand, they can't activate its effect if it is Fire, or if it's in the graveyard. And that's the end of our turn, and on the following turn we're going to summon Girsu to the zone where Rusty points to, use Rusty to pop a card our opponent controls, use Girsu to send another card our opponent controls, shift Calamities into attack mode, and attack for game. We do have to get rid of the token. Now we're going to do the same combo, only using either Dark Summoning Beast or Dark Beckoning Beast, either one. It doesn't matter which we start with. Let's say we start with Opening of the Spirit Gates. So it's Opening Spirit Gates or Dark Beckoning Beast. So it's continuous spell card when you activate it. I'm always going to activate it in front of a column for an extra monster zone, because I might need to summon a Mekk-Knight. When it's activated, you search for a card that mentions one of the Sacred Beasts, so Uriah, Haman, or Raviel. So we're going to search specifically for Dark Summoning Beast. And add it from our deck to our hand. When we normal summon this card, not in front of this zone in case we need to summon a Mekk-Knight, it has an effect to add another card that mentions one of these Sacred Beasts. You're going to activate its effect, and if you opened with Dark Beckoning Beast, you would then search this card and then search the other card. So one way or another, one of these will search the missing one, and then whichever one you don't have, at that point you get the last one. So we're going to add to our hand Chaos Summoning Beast. So either we Opening of the Spirit Gate and search Dark Beckoning Beast, normal summon and search Chaos Summoning Beast, or we do it the other way around. Activate to search Dark Summoning Beast, Dark Beckoning Beast, summon it, and then search Chaos Summoning Beast. So same thing. We can make an additional normal summon of a Fiend with 0 attack and defense, which we will do now. Next we will link the Chaos Summoning Beast into a Linkuriboh. This combo does require you to have a card in your hand. Since it is a turn 1 combo, we will assume we discard anything. It is preferable to have discarded a Orcust card. We will revive Chaos Summoning Beast and go into Relinquish Anima. Now we control a Dark Fiend, a Dark Spellcaster, and a Dark Cyberse monster. We're going to link all 3 of them into a Curious the Lightsworn Dominion. Alternative, we can link into Rusty Bardiche if we didn't want to play Curious for some reason, or if we've already discarded our Orcust monster and you just don't want to use your Curious. Not sure why you wouldn't. If you're playing like the Dragoon package, which this deck is not, you might be afraid of milling it, because Curious does mill 3 cards at random. When Curious is link summoned, we're going to be able to send 1 card in our deck to the graveyard. We'll be sending Orcust Nightmare. Then we will be milling 3 at random, so these cards technically won't matter. We're going to mill Galaxy Cyclone, Babel. Ooh, Babel is a problem. Definitely don't want to mill Babel. And Foolish Burial. Because we have no way of getting Babel on the field now. We have to try and get to the combo some other way. We're going to use Curious to go into Link Cross. Because it's Link 3, we can summon up 3 tokens. I don't mind summoning extra tokens. It just means more things for Linkuriboh to protect me with. and more things for our opponent to have to get through to kill us unless they're playing Dinosaur, in which case this is a horrible mistake. Next, we will activate Link Haribo, tributing one of the tokens to bring it back. Then using a Nightmare to increase the attack of Link Cross or whatever by sending Wand to the graveyard. Sending Wand. Using Wand to revive the Orcust Nightmare. Going to link the Orcust Nightmare and the Link Cross into Galatea. In this case, we're going to use Galatea to shuffle the Wand back into the deck and set a Orcust card. In this case, we'll probably set Crescendo, because we can get Battle out of the graveyard during the following turn. And we are going to link into the Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche. We're going to activate Rusty Bardiche to send a Phantom Knights monster to the graveyard. Going to send a Silent Boots to set a Fog Blade. And then we will use Silent Boots effect to banish itself to search for a second Fog Blade. So obviously it's better to open with Girsu, but if you discard any Orcust card in the process of doing this combo using opening of the Spirit Gates, or if you open a Mekk-Knight, you get the full combo with the Calamities. So I just did a combo with just Girsu. I did a combo with just Dark Beckoning Beast, or opening of the Spirit Gates. We're gonna do a combo with whatever 5 cards we draw. It's a chance we won't draw a combo because there are still only 6 starters in this 40 card deck. I opened a starter and a Mekk-Knight, so that's helpful. Okay, so this hand is more than acceptable. We're going to normal summon Dark Beckoning Beast to search for opening of the Spirit Gates. Going to use opening of the Spirit Gates to search for Chaos Summoning Beast. Going to use the extra normal summon. Obviously, all these plays lose to. All these plays would have lost to Ash, Valor, Imperm, pretty much everything. Chaos Summoning Beast will then go into Link Haribo. We will then summon Purple Nightfall, activating Purple Nightfall to banish itself to search for a Girsu the Orcust Mekk-Knight. Next, we will activate Opening of the Spirit Gates, discarding the second Purple Nightfall, because we don't need 2, to revive the Chaos Summoning Beast. Going to link it into a Relinquished Anima. Link all 3 of these into a Curious the Lightsworn Dominion. Effective Curious. Going to send our Nightmare to the graveyard. Curious will activate in mill 3. We got 1 for free. Galaxy Cyclone is also nice to get. So at this point, we are going to summon the Indigo Eclipse, link it with the Curious into the Morning Star. Now discard the Girsu, searching the Succession. Now go into Link Cross, summoning 2 tokens. That way we can go use Succession to revive Girsu, activating Girsu to send a Orcust or World Legacy card to grave. We do have to activate it. I think we milled all the cards we want to send. Actually, we could send Skeleton in this case. Next, we're going to link the Link Cross and the Girsu into a Halki Fibrax. Fibrax will summon the Bombard from the deck. We'll summon a Yellow Star. So we either use Yellow Star or Red Moon and we make a Savage Dragon. Activate Savage to equip a Link monster. We have Curious. And the rest of this is just getting everything else in play as per normal. But we have everything in grave in this particular case, so I guess we will start off by... We want to save Symbol Skeleton for later at the very least. So I guess we'll Nightmare and put the Gizmek in the graveyard just to get everything. Don't really want to use Gizmek, it might banish something, but it sometimes helps. Next we'll use Wand to revive the Nightmare. Also going to link the token into the Linkaribo, or revive it. Next going to link the Fiber and the Nightmare into the Galatea. Going to activate Galatea to shuffle back the Wand to set the Babel. Okay, linking it to Rusty Bardiche. Effect of Rusty to send or to set Fogblade by sending the Ancient Cloak. Going to use Ancient Cloak to search for a Silent Boots. Next, going to use Symbol Skeleton to revive Galatea. Gonna activate Galatea. I mean, not activate Galatea. Summon Dingirsu and activate Dingirsu to attach. You could also chain block Gamma on Ding by activating Rusty, because he'll have a material to protect it. But I mean, if they didn't do it by now, they're never going to do it. Summon Silent Boots. Link into Barricade Board Blocker. This is the reason I actually have interest in playing a second Galatea over Board Blocker, because at this point, if I had the counter trap and I opened Crescendo, I could set it and I could have a live Crescendo. And we activate Silent Boots to search for the rank up spell. And that's full combo. The only way this gets better is if we somehow got to keep, or what we could have had instead of Savage, we could have had the field, blanking. We could have had a live Crescendo, which would require us to replace Board Blocker. So we're going to set Rank Up Magic, pass to our opponent, immediately in the draw phase, activate Symbol Skeleton, bringing back Dingirsu, effect of Rusty Chainlink 1, targeting the token, Chainlink 2, Dingirsu to attach, protect the token, our opponent's main phase, rank up into Calamities, activate Calamities, detaching Dingirsu, and then our opponent will pass, doing nothing, or just activating Mystic Mine and killing us. And that wraps us up. If you enjoyed this deck profile, these combos, let me know. I do not think this deck is good. I actually think this deck has a massive flaw to dying to Nibiru and lots of hand traps. Alternative combos for a Orcust deck that you might want to try are playing a ton of actual extenders like Jester Confit and things like that. That way if you get stopped on your opener, you might be able to get somewhere. At the very least, consider playing Verte Anaconda and Dragoon to have like at least something you can end on. I'm not so sure Calamities is really even worth it, because your opponent has to play through 2 Fogblades already to begin with. But it's no real addition to the combo. I was playing 3 Fogblades without Calamities before. It makes an extra spot in the extra deck. Meaning that the Crescendo would be live more often. Either way, leave your comments, let me know what you think. You probably think I should run more starters, more extenders, drop the Mekk-Knights, whatever you think. I want to hear about it. Thank you very much.